What's up, YouTube? This is your boy, Pastor Crypto, coming in with another banger. If you're new to this channel is about making money and passive income. If you like any one of those things, then give me a like on this video. Subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, and don't forget to select all. That way you guys will be the first people to catch these bangers when they drop. All right, let's get it. Charge Defi. Charge is blowing up right now. The static token, which is the peg token, is pegged to the dollar, which is BUSD because it's on Binance Smart Chain, is above $1. It's at $1.52. So let's explore how come this token is over pegged and what strategies the community is using to keep it above peg. So let's go to it right now. Let's see. Total value locked is $53,422,171. The price of static, which is the peg token, is $1.51. The price of charge, which is the share token, is $939. Right? So it's a two-token system. Static is the rebase token or peg token, and charge is the share token, right? So what strategies are they using to keep this thing above peg? As long as charge is above, static is above $1.01, it will print out in the boardroom. These are the mechanisms they're using. First of all, the overall theme is to protect the price of the peg token. The higher the price of the peg token, the more it prints out in the boardroom. The more it prints out in the boardroom, typically the higher the price of the share token. So this stuff works in conjunction with each other. And the boardroom right now is paying out 4.6% daily. That's really, really high. So let's get to this feature. So what are the features they're using? So first of all, they're using a rebase feature. They're using a rebase feature. They're using a bond mechanism. So let's explore this to see why it's working. So the rebase feature. So the rebase feature happens if one or two things happen. The price falls below 80 cents. It automatically triggers a rebase. A rebase happens, and what happens is that there's a contraction of the amount of tokens, the total supply of tokens. So the only thing you need to know with this, if you have $500 worth of tokens, and then a rebase happens, you still will have $500 worth of tokens. However, the amount of tokens you hold will change. You'll have less tokens. So what happens is once the rebase happens, it should bring it back close to peg, back close to $1. So you won't benefit in that increase, but you won't lose either. Right? So that's one way a rebase happens. The second way, if static is below $1 for 48 hours, then it triggers a rebase. So those two factors will trigger a rebase. So the tokens that it affect would be the static BUSD LP token and the static token. So you will lose tokens, but the value you have will be the same. So if you had $500 worth of tokens before the rebase, you will still have $500 worth of tokens after the rebase. But the amount of tokens you hold will change. So the rebase will not affect charge BUSD LP, or static that's unclaimed in the boardroom. So if you want to protect your static from a rebase, you can just hold your static in the boardroom, right? That's how that works. So the second mechanism is the bond mechanism. They call it bonds 2.0. So they have the typical way when static falls below peg, which is $1, you can swap your static for pulse, right? And then once static goes back above peg, which will be $1.01, you can redeem your pulse for more static. So if you invested $500, once it goes back above peg, you will earn more than $500. Also, with your pulse, which is the bond, you can stake your pulse in a pool and you can earn BUSD when static is below peg. So you can see that right here on the platform. It has it right here, right below the farms. Pulse. So once static drops below peg, you can swap your static for pulse and stake that pulse right here and earn BUSD. The APR is not up here because we're not in a contraction period. So that's another mechanism right there, right? So the third mechanism is to swap. If you're in the boardroom, is to swap your static, right? It has a charge DeFi tool right here where you can swap your static for a charge. Now there is a limited supply in this, right? So you won't be able to swap a whole lot. Hopefully they'll have more charge to swap in the future. But when you use this feature, it doesn't affect the price of static. So that's another mechanism to keep charge, meaning static token, above peg. That's what you want. That's the overall thing. Protect the price of the peg token. The higher the price of the peg token, the more it prints out in the boardroom. The higher the APR. The higher the APR, typically, the higher the price of charge. Because more people want to buy charge to earn these high APRs. So in this boardroom, though, you can stake static BUSD or you can stake charge. If you stake static BUSD, you earn static and charge. So some of the strategies that the community is using, they're taking their static and they either swapping it for charge or they're creating LPs. And then they take these LPs and then they stake the LPs. And then the rewards from the LPs, they cash that out. And some people are cashing out all of it, or some people are just cashing out 50% and then compounding the rest. And you can do this. You can use the zapper and zap BNB, BUSD, charge, or static to create an LP, right? So once they create the LP, they either staking it over here in the boardroom or they go into the farm, right? They go into the farm and they staking the LP they created over here. And then whatever they earn, which would be the charge, they cashing that out. Some people cashing out all of it. Some people cashing out half of it. And then the other half, they create more LP. So they compounding back into the platform. So the overall theme of this, the reason why charge is above peg is because they have a rebase mechanism to keep it, to rebase it back to peg. They have bonds 2.0. And then you can stake your bonds to earn a yield on your bonds while you're waiting on it to go back above peg. And they have a swap feature where you can zap or swap your static. That's why this stuff is working. And once again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but the overall theme is to protect the price of static. You want the rebase, well, the peg token to be as high as possible. If it's high as possible, the boardroom prints out. The boardroom prints out, the token flourishes. The platform, everybody is making money. So as long as everybody, the majority of people are using these strategies and they're keeping in mind that you want to keep the price of static as high as possible. Hey, if you like making money or you're interested in passive income, give me a like on this video and comment. Now, this was just a quick little video just to show you guys why charge is mooning and why the price of the peg token is so high. Why many other algo stable coins, once the peg token drops below peg, is game over. Because charge actually have a few mechanisms to keep it at peg and help it to go over peg. And the community understands. They want this price to be as high as possible. So they're trying not to sell static. If they do, they only selling like 30%. And then the 70%, they flipping that, compounding it, and then they selling their charge. So that's the overall thing. Protect the price of static. Take profit in charge. At least some of your profit in charge. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is your boy. You know what I'm saying? Passive Crypto. Quick little video to show you what's going on. Let's get it. Peace. I'm out.